What's happening, boys and girls? So we have this new version, right, coming up. A lot of you already ordered it, and this new version has something called LNA right here, or RF amplifier. LNA, low noise amplifier. RF amplifier is radio frequency amplifier. Same thing basically. So this video is about installing that part into any of these versions. Version 1, version 2, version 2.1 with audio preamp. Or on this new version, right, this one over here, you can actually improve LNA or RF amplifier, make it better. So for those of you who got this one, that's going to be useful for you. Oh, nice. I sold some things on Avita or Craigslist, and they got the message. This version 2.5, don't you dare call it version 3 or amazing version 3, because version 3 is coming up. I have not ordered this version. I'm not going to do install of this thing because next version is coming up, right? And next version is probably gonna look a lot like this one, but it's gonna have improved high quality coils in the filter. This right here, right, this are low quality coils, and most likely they are going to improve this and install the same coils that we have on version 2.1 with audio preamp, which is going to be an improvement. So guys, without further ado, let me tell you which parts we're gonna use and how to install LNA or RF amplifier for any of these versions. Let's go. It's funny how it is. There is this brand new, supposedly top-notch version of the board, but here we have something that we can do a lot better than this. It's the way it goes, guys. So guys, you're gonna need one part and a couple of capacitors basically. Let me show it to you in PDF. This is a data sheet. The part is called BGA427. If you enter this right here into AliExpress, BGA427, or into what it calls those shops like Mauser, DigiKey, etc., you're also gonna find this part. This part is by Infineon Technologies. It's SI-MMIC-amplifier in SIG-GET25 technology. It's a cascadable 50 ohm gain block, unconditionally stable. Gain is 18.5 at 1.8 gigahertz. If you do application 1, later I'm gonna show you application 1. Remember this application 1, gain is 18.5 decibel at 1.8 gigahertz. Gain is 22 decibel, considerably more if you do application 2. Noise figure is 2.2 decibel at 1.8 gigahertz, but that's a upper echelon of this amplifier. We're gonna be way down. So before I show you the applications, here is what we're interested at: insertion power gain. So we got here 1.8 gigahertz right here, right? This is the maximum, this is the gain that they specified. If you go down, way down, in HF where we're gonna use it, gain is a lot more. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. So applications, schematics, how it's gonna look. Application 1 is 18.5 decibels you get out of this, right? Application 2 a bit more complex, but you get more amplification. For application 1, obviously we're gonna need 3 capacitors, as you can see, 100 picofarad and 1 nanofarad. Basically 1 nanofarad, that's for voltage in, the supply voltage. It connects to ground, and RF input goes through 100 picofarad capacitor through this leg right here. RF output again through 100 picofarad capacitor, and we have a ground right here. And let's go to screen capture, guys, where we're going to install it, right? Basically we could install it, if you're talking about this board, right over here, to replace this, right? And if you're talking about this board, this RF in, and we can rig it over here. I mean, we don't have to do it here, but we could do it. And on this board we got RF in here, a lot more space. We can rig it right on top of this board, guys. And on this board, the original one, right, RF input is right here, and it goes through a VER. You see VER, and it exits through the other side. I'm not sure how to do it here, but I'm drinking tea today. Anyway, my OBS crashed and I was right here. Basically I said that I'm not sure how to do it on this board, because I don't have this board with me. I don't remember how it looks. And FMI, I mean RF input goes through this pin, through this VER. You see a hole right here underneath the board, and it takes it somewhere over here. And I guess there is not a lot of room to do anything here, but guys, I have a better idea. Check this out. So this is my board, but your board looks the same. We have this cascade in here, R25 amplifier, single cascade HF amplifier, which we found out actually sucks. So basically, if we remove this and remove some components over here, we could definitely rig application 1 and application 2 easy right over here. And antenna in is gonna be over here, LNA right here with all the components and stuff, and it goes, and antenna in right here. So that's the way I'm gonna do it, guys. What else? So let's take a look at application 2. Application 2, basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacitors and 1 coil. Coil is going to be 100 nanohenry coil. Capacitors, you can see basically 3 of the same, 3 picofarad, 3 100 picofarad capacitors, 1 10 nanofarad capacitor, and 1 2.2 picofarad capacitor. So with application 1 you have to order 1, 2, 3 different parts, right? With application 2 you're gonna have to order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parts. Guys, I'm going with application 2. I'm gonna show you how to do application 1 definitely, but I recommend that if you're gonna buy these parts, right, and wait for me to do the mod so you can repeat, definitely go for application 2. It only looks complex, but just wizards, guys, solder iron, and definitely, yeah, definitely one of these, because you're gonna be masking things. Without this you cannot do this mod, so you need this and UV light. So application 2, we have RF in going through same capacitor into RF input and then exiting through different capacitor, 2.2 picofarads. Got ground and we got voltage. No, подожди, stop. You see what's going on here? On application 1, RF in goes here and exit over here, and in here RF input goes to this pin and exits to this pin, which is voltage plus. So they have this filter to isolate DC, I guess. Okay. And this application has a possibility to be not only more what I want to say more powerful, but it could also have more noise. So we're gonna have to test either of these options. More power does not always means better. More power sometimes means more noise. So I guess I'm gonna do first application 1, I'm gonna test it, and then I'm gonna do application 2 and test it and compare. Which parts you order? Let's come back and let me tell you which parts you need to order. So obviously we are going to need the chip itself, the amplifier, BJ427. So you're gonna order BJ427 on AliExpress, and then basically we need capacitors and coils, and the size 06, 03 is actually too small, guys. You cannot work. I mean, I cannot expect you to work on it proficiently, right? And here I have a different capacitor. The size of this is, I see, it's 1.5. No, it's closer to 2. So capacitors, it's 2 millimeters. I'm trying to figure out the size basically. So 2 millimeters is like this, still tiny. Yeah guys, let's go with 1206 components, 1206 size. So you are going to order capacitors and coils in 1206 size. Let's go back to PDF basically. So the part list for you is, if you're doing this application, capacitors 100 picofarad in 1206 size. Capacitor, you're not gonna get 1, you're probably gonna get 10 capacitors, 1 nanofarad in 1206 size, obviously BJ427. If you're doing this application, I mean capacitors, guys, are cheap, so you might as well get these ones and these ones. Part list I'm going to include in pinned comments with, for both applications 1 and 2. For this one it's 2.2 picofarad in 1206 size, obviously 100 picofarad and 10 nanofarad in 1206, and coil, it doesn't have to be in 1206 size, but I guess I'm gonna pick a part and include it in pinned comments, and BJ427. So a couple of parts and that's all, and you're all set. And the most important thing, guys, you're gonna need solder mask, because you're gonna be masking things, because we are rigging it, and the lights, obviously I'm gonna include link to expensive light and a cheap light for 99 cents. Yeah, that's all you need. Yeah, guys, I got boards here. I measured some things, and 1206 is not the size I'm going with. I want you to order everything in 0805. It's a 2mm. 1206 is 3mm, but it's more like 3.5, and it's not small enough. Like this, man. Just not gonna fit anything in there. So the size is 0805. If you have a microscope and you are proficient with BGA SMD soldering, the correct size is 0603. But for solder iron, right, and someone with a magnifying glass or a mask, a juice mask, 0805 is a correct size. Correct. It's still gonna be tiny, but it's doable. Let me just fish this lemon out. So, by the end of this modification, we are going to have something that is way cooler than this. It's gonna be way more sensitive. And if you have this, you can still use BJ427, LNA, RF amplifier, whatever, it's the same thing, to modify this board. Alright? So guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. You gotta press like this, and you gotta subscribe and hit the bell button, and I'm gonna see you next one.